not
a
gonna lie,
thing.
I just got so nervous for that acronym. Like, I felt it in my stomach.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Cue the Bike. I'm Darren Worth.
And I am the unfuckwithable Randy Twyford.
The unfuckwithable.
Unfuckwithable.
Whose camera is too high. Randy
It doesn't
Twyford.
matter.
But that's fine.
You can see my guitars, my cigar box guitars in the back.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Now, let me give you the term of unfuckwithable. I kind of came across this, and early in the week, and I saved it. Unfuckwithable, it's an adjective. It's an adjective. When you are truly at peace and in touch with yourself, nothing anyone says or does bothers you, and no negativity or drama can touch you. Unfuckwithable.
Did you say you touch yourself and what?
Stop.
That's kind of a personal note, but it does say something about touching with yourself. So how do you touch with yourself instead of touching yourself?
You're in touch with yourself. Like, you understand who you are as a person.
I thought they were talking about something like playing with yourself or something like that.
No, the fuck is wrong with you?
Back to the acronym of last week.
Yeah.
Where's the lube?
Where's the lube? Where's the lube? But I thought I understand what it meant. And but
Emma, do you want to introduce yourself before we get too deep?
That's what she said.
Whoa! Holy Toledo!
This is a
WTL.
And I'm Emma Durflinger, and this is episode 88 for anybody that cares.
It's a shit show to start off with.
Jeez. Oh, God damn.
Wow, we got her right off the bat.
Wait
till I finish her.
Oh,
Ew,
my acronym for the week. It's better than last week's.
Stop.
Oh, there's no way. This is why people listen.
For some of my stupidity-ness.
They don't even care about what's in between. They don't even care about the beginning or the end. Oh,
that's
they don't
what they care about.
What's in the middle. Yeah, they don't care about the middle.
Yeah,
they care about the beginning and the end.
Right, exactly.
Right?
You know, I would turn that camera down a little bit, but I know it'll drop and it'll cause a clusterfuck. So
no, it's fine, Randy.
Yeah,
it's fine. Just leave it.
That's a guitar that has Twyford Barbecue on it up there in the corner.
Yeah.
Up there. It's a cigar box guitar built by Logan Elliott, and we used that, took that to Puerto Rico. It's got our name on it and quite a little bit of stuff with it.
Huh.
And it's actually a working electric guitar.
Wow.
Yeah, he does those. It's pretty neat. 3 strings.
A little bit of secret. That's what we bought Griffin for Christmas.
What's that?
A real electric guitar.
Oh.
And I hope his mom doesn't listen because she's going to be pissed. We didn't tell her. I was going
to say.
Oh, you didn't tell her?
It's going to be
bought him like an amp and everything. It's fucking crazy.
Wang!
It's going to be awesome.
See, even, he's young still.
He's an entertainer, though, man. He is an entertainer.
Love that.
Good.
I love it. Yeah, good. Okay. What's happening?
I can just see Haley. That's really nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Fucking sweet. Let's just keep it at your house.
Yeah. No. Well, we're never there anyway, so.
Well, that's true. So
keep it there wherever you want. So, Randy, we're reading on Instagram, Emma, I noticed it, Food Truck of the Year.
Yes.
First place.
That was
Twyford Barbecue.
That was a very big surprise for me. The State Journal Register in Springfield has a Reader's Choice thing, and unlike others, I don't buy my votes. I'd actually forgot about. I didn't realize they were doing it, until the other day, I got a envelope with the paper in it and the certificate. And so it was from our supporters in Springfield and the surrounding areas, and was a big surprise that we were Food Truck of the Year for the People's Choice Awards for the
That's
State
awesome.
Journal Register. Yeah, I was real happy.
You know what I would do? I would buy another food truck, and I know a guy.
Really?
There's one on the market. Yeah, it's blue and green, but you can rewrap it.
I was thinking about opening up a restaurant. I've had this hankering about.
Don't do
that. That's what I would do.
There's a couple locations that I think would be good.
Oh yeah, you've got a lot of experience there.
Yeah, lots.
Hey, why don't you get Marla? You call Marla into the room.
No, she's busy right now.
Let's ask her opinion. Let's
she's busy right now. She's busy.
What's on Fox? She watching Fox?
It's with Marito, whatever her name is, kind of the financial section. So
yeah,
Marito Bartolo, something like that.
Yeah,
now's the perfect time.
So no,
perfect time. If you buy it right now, you can get the write-off.
Oh.
If I buy it even next year, I'll have plenty of write-off.
Yeah.
Seems like that's the thing. Do you guys see that in the Des Moines area? And I'm curious if our listeners see it in the other areas that they're at. Is the influxation, you like that? Influxation of food trucks.
I think my chiropractor does that.
Oh, an influxation?
Oh no, that's subluxation.
Subluxation.
I feel like I need to double check all of these words for you.
Isn't that the adjustment of the spine is the subluxation?
Well, but mine is an influxation, which is a heavy influx of food trucks.
I don't think influxation is actually a word.
Yes, it is.
It'd be the influx. Oh,
it's just influx.
Influxation.
No, it's just influx.
It's used as a verb. Meaning an influx of something.
No.
Like Darren was just saying that he had a lot of customers already at the jam this morning, so he's got a heavy influxation of customers.
Influx.
You can use it. You can use that today if you need to.
Yeah, I will.
Well, I won't because it's not. I don't think it's actually a word. Based off this Google
we actually
search
called
I just
it
did.
In our own words this morning. We called it a piss pounding.
A piss pounding.
Yeah, a piss pounding. I was coming back from breakfast, as you all know, as I come back from breakfast, and I was going to stop at the jam. Well, first I was having breakfast, and the breakfast restaurant I was at was they were pretty slow. They're not usually busy because they serve alcohol, so they get a really big brunch crowd. So that's why I go early. But they hardly had any customers at all. Actually, I was the only guy in there for about the first hour. And then they're like, wow, this is kind of weird. Like, are you busy? And I said, I don't know. I'll look. And shit, we had done $1,000 in sales in the first 2 hours. I'm like, whoa. I said,
wow.
Yeah, we're getting piss pounded. And then I looked up and we had served by 8 o'clock, by 8:30, we had served 100 people.
100 people?
In 68 seats. And so we'd already turned those tables a time and a half. So it's
time and a half, yeah.
I'm like, I'm scared to keep looking. I'm like, I need to quit looking because I'm going to stop on the way to the podcast. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, don't.
Because, no.
I need you guys to talk amongst yourself. Twyla's outside going ballistic and it's driving me nuts. So I'll be right back. I gotta bring her inside. So don't, as my mom would say, make good choices about what you're gonna talk about because I can still hear you and I will edit whatever necessary.
No, this is a no edit version today.
No,
right?
No editing.
You're not in charge of that. Fun fact. That's my call, and I will if I need to. Don't say anything bad.
That's called censorship.
Yeah. Huh.
So you're busy this morning.
She must be one of them
Censorships. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, we're crazy busy, evidently. I don't know why. It must be our new special Christmas edition Pop-Tart that's bringing them in.
Oh, really? What's it?
Well, we've been working on, Amanda's been working on cherry pie, and she had some cherry pie filling. We tried something different, and it wasn't quite the way she wanted it, but she's like, what should I do? She goes, I'm just going to make this into cherry jam. I said, okay. Well, let's make it. And then we decided we'd make it into a cherry Pop-Tart. So we made it in a cherry Pop-Tart. So they made some cherry Pop-Tarts, and we put some green frosting on it and little holiday red sprinkles.
Yeah.
Well, we couldn't find any really holiday sprinkles, so just red sprinkles. So limited edition now through Christmas. We're only doing like 15 or 20 each day. Limited edition cherry Pop-Tarts for the holiday season.
Now, how did you market those?
They did.
I just put it on Facebook and said limited edition.
Okay.
Well, I did. My social media company did.
Okay. So I'll be
My
interested to
social
see
media
what the
company?
response is because it's completely Facebook driven.
Oh,
Here's
yeah.
my point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not doing any advertisements. Are you doing anything there at the nothing at the store or anything?
No.
No signage?
No.
Okay.
You guys want to hear what Twyla was just barking at?
A squirrel.
No.
Amazon man. No, they're not out
No.
anymore.
Yeah, they're on strike.
Stop.
They're on strike. So he
Watch
wouldn't be
it.
delivering today.
No, you're not even close. She's barking at goats.
I thought you lived in town.
I do. I live in
Your
the
neighbor
city.
has what?
My neighbor has 2 goats.
Goats?
Oh, they're
Goats.
using them to mow the yard and keep the brush down. Nice part of town, Emma.
It's kind of funny. So 3
South
houses down.
Southsider.
Yeah.
Is that
3
what it
houses
is there?
down, they have a chicken coop and like 9 dogs. And then 2 houses down, she has 2 dogs and 2 goats. And it's kind of funny because the goats will fight. They'll
Sure they
headbutt
will.
each other.
Yeah.
Kind of entertaining. But they were out there in their little coats. Twyla was losing her mind.
They've got coats on.
Yeah, it's chilly outside.
Fucking
No,
goats can handle
Goats are
it.
outside animals.
They're not my goats. But
These
yeah,
are
yours
pussy
probably
goats.
have bows in their hair. Pussy goats.
They're just pansy asses.
Jeez. Fancy ass goats.
They're never going to clean any brush up like that. They'll probably have to have toothpicks or something after they're done.
oh, Randy. Did you do any drugs before this episode?
A couple shots of heroin.
Yeah. Showing.
It's showing. You got a lot of holiday meat orders, Randy?
Yeah, I was just going through what I got, the orders I got, and was actually sending out confirmations. They're all the pickups kind of out of the normal. We did this once before, and I can't remember. Something fucked up, surely, because we don't do it anymore. So I'll have more to report in next week. They're picking it up out here at World Headquarters.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
So
all the way out to the boonies.
It's not that far out. We got
Mine seemed kind of light. I was looking through it this morning. I was in the kitchen this morning, and I was looking through orders, and it just seemed kind of light to me. I mean, I didn't look at side dishes. I know we get a shit pot full of side dishes, but it just seemed kind of light for holiday meat orders.
Well, now I didn't advertise it at all. I didn't advertise at all on Instagram or Facebook. This is just people trying to think of. There's a term, not. You'd think with my vocabulary I'd be able to think it up, but
Or you'd make it up. So just throw a
natural.
word
These
out
are
there.
all natural orders.
Yeah.
Organic.
Organic.
the
That's the
proper-
word I was looking. Thank you.
That's
Organic.
Right. Yep.
These are all organics.
Trader Joe's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whole Foods. Yeah. Organic.
That's the word we use in the marketing business.
Yeah, I just thought ours looked a little light, but maybe they're not light. They said we aren't light compared to the number of orders, but when I was looking at, it's really weird because I mean we only got like 7 turkeys, which we don't do a lot of turkeys.
Right.
Hams, I think we only got 60 or 70 hams or something like that. It's not a big deal. And pounds of meat, we're really heavy on pork.
We are too.
Which surprised me because normally brisket and burnt ends are super heavy at Christmas, and we're still heavy there, but not near as heavy as we are on pork, which was a little surprising. But we're doing these 3-pound packages of dinner sliced ham and dinner sliced turkey like we did.
Right.
And what was eerily surprising was we had that 7 eerily. EERILY, and that is a word.
And it was used properly.
Used properly. Okay. But we had 7 whole turkeys and 7 turkey breasts. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But then we had 63 3-pound packages of dinner sliced ham, and we have 63 3-pound packages of dinner sliced turkey. Now, tell me how that works.
That would be easy to forecast, wouldn't it?
So we shouldn't fuck that up.
No, just bags, and you'll have it all bagged and ready to go. And
yeah, and so what we do with our bulk meat, not a long time ago, but a few years ago, we used to, somebody wanted 3 pounds of meat, we put 3 pounds in a package and we write their name on it, and we'd spend more time looking through Cryovac bags trying to find their name.
Right.
Until somebody got the bright idea, not sure who it was, but got the bright idea that we're going to put this all in 1-pound packages. So when somebody comes and gets 4 pounds of brisket, they get 4 1-pound packages of brisket. So I don't have to search for all this stuff. I mean, it saves us an immense amount of time.
Was it your bright idea and you're just trying to be humble about it?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. So
I don't remember if it was mine or somebody else's. It doesn't matter, but it was a bright idea, right? It's
probably Shayla's.
So if it was mine, fine. If it was somebody else's, great idea. Whoever's it was.
Go team.
Because my memory, I can't remember what I talked about last week.
Yeah. I know.
I know your mom reminded me of that last week. You repeated 2 stories. I'm like, yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, and I tried to stop you. I tried to stop you, but I can't.
Yeah, I know. So
we just have a lot of information to disseminate.
Right. And sometimes people only listen to every other episode, so you got to make sure you catch them up.
Keep them up to date.
No, actually, I don't think that's the case.
Oh, and speaking of episodes, thank you for the notice that we have a new listener.
Yeah.
We do?
Marla.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Hi, Marla.
Does she? Well, you said she doesn't listen.
Well, she never had anything to
Instagram.
listen to, so maybe she'll listen to this.
Oh, I can't wait.
Advertise
us.
She's so pretty.
She'll be so proud of her husband.
She is.
I don't think that's true.
She just repeats what a simple fuck she married, so.
So anyway, holiday meat, so we put it in 1-pound packages, right?
Right.
And so I'm just scanning through. I'm looking at the summary report on the Total Party Planner. And all of a sudden I'm scanning through these things. And all of a sudden I get to an order that has a note. Customer would like this 6 pounds packaged in 2-pound packages. And
I'm like, how you felt about that?
Oh, you know what I think?
No.
I think they're going to get it in 1-pound packages.
Yeah, that checks out.
There's no
Brady,
way
what could you possibly
hell.
be writing down?
A note to talk about later on.
Okay. He had a thought.
I didn't know if he was just taking notes on that. It's like
No.
He had a thought.
Already got that program.
He already got that program.
So
but other than that,
what are you going to tell that customer when they come to pick it up and they're like, these aren't in 2-pound bags?
I'll say, would you like it in 2-pound bags? I can make that happen real quick.
So you're just going to put it.
And I'll grab the 6 1 pound. I'll run to the kitchen. I'll put it in 2 pound packages for them. But there's no way I'm doing it ahead of time because they'll go, where's that 2 pound package? Where's the 2 pound package?
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I actually told Shayla last night, I said, I think really what we should do is we ought to have just big old huge tubs of cold meat sitting right there next to the cryovac machine. You walk in, hey, what do you want? Oh, you want 2 pounds? Here, let me stuff it full of 2 pounds and just cryovac it. Here you go. Boom, out the door.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. I didn't think so either.
That doesn't feel very sanitary.
There's a thing called gloves.
I know, but like it's just weird.
I tell you what, this week has been insane. Insane that the whole compression of Thanksgiving to Christmas. Did we talk about this?
I don't know. I need to know.
Well, we need just go through it again.
The whole
that you didn't
Thanksgiving
get a break.
Thanksgiving
Right.
being a week later.
Yeah,
we've got a new listener, so let's go
Christmas.
ahead and talk about it.
Thanksgiving a week thing has made the whole holiday party thing just be insane. I mean, we've been doing 20, 25, 30 deliveries a day.
Wow.
All week long. I mean, it's like
crazy.
I mean, I've had to do the route optimization 3 times this week. They had to bring.
I was going to say, are you doing the logistics?
They had to
bring in the logistics professional 3 times this week because they were all shaking their head, going, "I just give up." Here, Darren, come do this. And so, funny story. So it's about 5:30 on. It must have been Wednesday night, and Shayla's like, I'm burnt. Can you help me?" I said, "Sure." So I'm by the back door because it was the only empty table. They were still prepping stuff. And so I lay everything out. And when I optimize stuff, now I wish I had the piece of software I used to have when I was in logistics, because I just pop everything in. It would just optimize. And I'd say, hey, I got 6 vans and give me the optimal routes. And it would just print out a solution.
Right.
And I have yet to find that and I have yet to find a big map of Des Moines that I could put on the wall and put push pins in. Yeah.
That's surprising.
I just haven't spent a lot of time.
I was going to say, I feel like that's not that hard.
There's got to be one there, but I need to
order
find
from
a big
Amazon.
map.
Might not get it though.
Right.
Stop with the Amazon.
Well, they're on strike.
Yeah.
The Amazon workers, but by God, I ordered something this morning, said same day delivery, and that my tea box better be here because our tea bags are our customers expect the tea bag. They want to be able to see their selection.
I thought you were talking about for yourself, and I was
you were talking about getting tea bagged, weren't you?
Getting tea bagged. That's what I thought.
No.
WTL.
Stop. I hate that acronym more than anything else in the world.
You're going to hate the next one too.
Oh, yay.
So anyway, so I start this route optimization, right? And you start with the first routes, and we had like 4 deliveries at 10:30. So you lay them out, and then you go, okay, what works? And then I start making these rows, right? And I get about 3/4 of the way done. And Shayla walks out the back door. And out the back door, we have the air curtain that blows down to keep the flies and the heat in. And as soon as she walks out the back door, whoom, all the papers blow off the fucking table. And everybody looks at me. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll start over again and move to a different table.
Out of the doorway.
Never route by the back door. Learned a lesson, but we got her all routed. It's fun. I actually like doing that, but there's got to be a better way. But once again, it goes back to my software frustrations of I really should just build a piece of software. I mean, Total Party Planner does exactly what I need to on the kitchen planning standpoint, but it still doesn't, still after another year of bitching, still does not have a front-end customer interface, the ability to enter orders, still doesn't have a route optimization, still doesn't have a way to print labels to put on stuff, still doesn't have all this stuff that would make us way efficient.
What's up, brother?
And they don't have for shit customer service.
Well, we know it all ourselves anyway, so we don't.
Well, I
even
know
care.
about 90%, but when you get in a jam on something, it'd be nice to talk to a person instead of chat.
Don't use that word lightly.
What?
Jam.
Oh,
we
sorry.
Take that personally.
Okay. When you get in a perplexion, it would be nice to be able to talk to somebody instead of just chat.
I don't think that's
so you
the
can get
right way to use that word either.
Perplexion.
Because we take jams very seriously. So
Well,
don't
you
be
should.
using it out of context.
Okay. Out of context.
Yeah. I mean, today's featured flavor, maybe that was last week, is the peach jam. Vintage 11/16/24.
Oh. That looks good.
Consistent.
That looks really good.
Consistent.
Okay, you're right, Randy. That was a word.
What's the definition of perplexion?
I just closed it. I should keep this open. According to
be perplexed.
According to Wiktionary.
Oh, that sounds like a reliable source.
Wiktionary, the free dictionary. It's countable and uncountable, plural, perplexions, condition or state of being perplexed, or perplexity. So.
Yep. Oh, perplexity.
That sounds like Randy's life.
Perplexity, I think, is the actual. Perplexity is the correct word to use.
What is?
Perplexity.
Oh, okay. We've kind of become a regular grammar podcast.
No kidding. I mean, do you have grammar listed under our heading so people search for grammar?
No, but it's just because Randy says the most, it's because Randy's making up his own language. And sometimes I just have to.
How long have we known each other? Several years.
It's one of those.
Long time, Randy.
And you've never had a problem with, and I've always been noted for my grammar.
It's not that I have a problem.
Yes.
It's worrisome.
I mean,
it's not that I have a problem with it. It's more of the fact that if I hear you say it enough, I'm going to think that it's the way to use the word, and then I'll use it.
Just follow my lead, baby. Just follow my lead.
That's the problem. I'll use it in a setting with, Lane, who's an English teacher, and he'll be like, "What did you just say?"
He'll go, "Boy, you've been talking to a smart son bitch."
Well, those would be the words
he uses.
Remember in the day at Podge, it was like we always said, Randy, God, what a smart son bitch.
One of the smartest son bitches you ever meet.
Bitches I've ever met.
Yep. Yeah. And then we would turn it back on each other. That Podge was a smart son bitch.
I've heard Randy called many words, and I don't know if smart was one I'd heard before today.
Randy's been called a smart son.
You've been in the wrong circles.
We ever met.
Yep. Wrong circles.
Yeah, you need to start running different circles.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't really have, Emma, you've told us yourself, you don't really have a lot of involvement with the outside world.
I am getting better.
See, there's your problem.
There's your problem.
I have been out of the house every day this week.
Wow.
Let's have a round of applause here. Emma,
how many times have you been in your house, Darren?
Social. Well, I get there in time
every
sometimes
night
to make dinner and to go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm branching out.
And then Sherry and I, as we're brushing our teeth and as I'm taking a shower and she's blow drying her hair, we talk business. You know, hey, do this. Hey, did you do this? Okay, whatever. Okay, honey, see you, bye. Boop, cheap. And then I see her again later. And that's
romantic.
How you work. And that's how you work together for this many years, right?
Exactly.
And
that's
I haven't got
solving perplexion.
And I haven't got summons to the corporate office all week long.
Good for you.
Nice. That's huge in itself.
Victory. That's victory.
That's a big win, actually. That is a big win.
Yeah. They know I wouldn't show up anyway.
No.
You got your Christmas. Oh, you're not. We talk about Christmas shopping. I think I got my Christmas shopping almost done.
I might go out this afternoon Christmas shopping a little bit.
Sherry might listen. She says she doesn't listen, but I think she listens.
I didn't do that Christmas shopping.
Oh, yeah.
I did her Christmas shopping.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Depending if I get my pork pulled, I may...
You haven't got it pulled yet? We delayed this an hour so you could get your pork pulled.
It was running late, low and slow. I believe if you pull your pork slow and slow, you're going to be a lot better off. Don't you? Instead of speeding it along, going fast. It just gets done so much quicker, but I don't know whether the quality's there or not.
What? I didn't even think that was funny, really that funny.
It's just business.
I think it's funny.
Operations.
My mind is in the gutter because you guys set it up that way today. I thought it was funny.
Just a normal operation.
But I'll get after it after we get done.
Okay. Good.
I've got my dirty overalls on, so I don't mind getting greasy stuff.
Greasy.
Soiled.
That's Greazy.
Greasy. Wasn't there a beer called Greasy Dick beer? Look it up, Emma. Yeah, it was kind of a Wisconsin beer, I think.
What is this episode? My God.
I figured you probably
Emma.
drank some of it as much as you traveled in Wisconsin.
No, I've never had any Greasy Dick beer.
How did you, oh yeah, that's not how you spell it. I think it's out of, yeah. Oldest beer family in St. Louis.
There you go. I was wrong with Wisconsin. It's down here.
Huh. Wow.
And I don't know if it's actually,
Let's send them a message, see if they want to sponsor us.
I don't even know.
Sponsored by Greasy Dick.
Sponsored by Greasy Dick.
I don't know if that's how you say it. But maybe. I'm not going to try to.
How would you say it?
Yeah, how else?
There's an E. There's an added E. So it's Griesedieck.
Any of our St. Louis or beer entrepreneurs, I bet you if Buzz listens to this, he could tell us because he's kind of a beer entrepreneur, you know.
Oh, Buzz Dean, yeah, he probably could.
I'll guarantee you he could because he knows all those kind of beers and stuff. So if anybody can enlighten us, leave us a note and Emma can.
This episode brought to you by Greasy Dick.
It's actually, it's Greasy Dick Bros.
Greasy Dick Bros.
Brothers.
No, it's Bros.
Is it still in operation?
I think so. This website's kind of old, so maybe not.
Oh.
So is it ours.
Oh, shit.
But you know what? Sometimes that's good. That means you're too busy to update your website.
Exactly.
Speaking of updating stuff, technology, let me tell you a little bit about Google.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to get Google ownership of the Jam page, right?
Yeah.
So the social media company, I said, get on this, right? So they go out and they said, okay, we need to invite you to be owner. But to be an owner, you need to verify the page. So now Google, to be an owner of a page, now makes you have to shoot a video.
What?
On your phone.
Okay.
Listen to this. So it says if you want to verify, it says you want to record this video. So you have to go outside your business and you have to go near a street corner and look at a street sign and shoot a video, a continuous video. You can't shoot this in parts. You can't pre-shoot it. And so you pre-shoot the video and you shoot a video of that. Then you shoot your businesses that are around you. So I go out and I hit record. Well, first I thought you could pre-record it because he told me what I was going to have to do. So I shot this shoot video. And I'm trying to do this Friday at lunch. Probably not a great idea.
Mm-mm.
No.
But you have to shoot this video. So I almost got ran over by 3 cars trying to shoot this video in the middle of a parking lot. But so I go out and I shoot the cars. I pan over to the bar, pan over to the Casey's. And then you have to walk to the front door, put a key in the front door and unlock the front door and prove that you have a key.
What the fuck?
So.
Oh, no, gets better. And then you have to walk in the front door. You have to walk to the cash register go to a screen and you have to put in the numbers and prove that you can open the cash drawer. That proves that you have cash ownership. And then you have to go back and scan the kitchen to prove you're making food, right? But you can't show any customers' faces or employees' faces on the video.
Wow.
Right?
So
I did it. I did the video, and they said the video should be no more than 2 minutes long.
Well, how the hell can you get all that done in 2 minutes?
Oh, no, I got it done in a minute, 15 seconds, right?
Okay.
So I do the video. I know exactly what to do. Boom, boom, boom. I hit upload. And as soon as I did it, it said, video can't be uploaded. Please try again. I'm like, you motherfuckers. So I try again. I go back out. I hit record. 4 fucking times. Even the 4th time, it wouldn't allow me to upload the video. Before I said, fuck off, Google. And then about 15 minutes later, I get an email. You're now the owner of the It's My Jam Google page. So maybe you get an E for effort. I don't know.
So I think a lot of like them intensifying that is because of the backlash they've been receiving by how easy it is to become an owner of a page. So
I agree, and I don't disagree.
Right.
Because coming from the school communications background I now have, we've only had one instance and it wasn't that bad, but a lot of school districts were struggling with the fact that kids could change the names on Google of their schools because they would take ownership of the page and make them not good. They were very bad. So it's like, I think it was more of like they're just trying to be more secure because there for a while, I mean, anybody could become an owner.
Did we talk about DoorDash spam?
No,
I don't think so.
Oh, get this. This was last week's story.
Yay.
So all of a sudden I get an email about a week and a half ago from DoorDash. Hey, thanks for setting up your new account.
Oh, fuck.
We're going to send you a packet. I reply back. Didn't set up a new account for Smokey D's Barbecue. And then I get another email saying, hey, we need your financial information to set up this checking. I reply back, this is not a valid. We already have a valid account.
Were you checking the email addresses that they were coming from?
Yes. And it was from support@DoorDash.com. It was the same one we get. I went back and it was the same exact one that it was from. It wasn't a spam. Okay. Mm-hmm. So anyway, in the mail comes a new startup DoorDash package.
So they actually mailed it to you.
Stickers and all this shit. So last weekend, we start getting DoorDash drivers start showing up for orders that we didn't get the order. And we're like, what's going on? So we get the order and like, hey, we got this order. And we're like, we never got it. So what do our front of the house do? They take the order, they make the order, give it to the DoorDash driver. But luckily, they take a picture of the order on the DoorDash phone and we send it into DoorDash and said, hey, we didn't receive this order. And DoorDash then, we put it in a claim. DoorDash paid us for the order. That happens like 10 times.
Wow.
We start digging into it. Then we look out on DoorDash. Somebody created a second Smokey D's DoorDash. Everything was exactly the same, except for the phone number was different. So I could go out to DoorDash and there was 2 different DoorDashes, 2 different Smokey D's. Right? And people didn't know which ones to select. Same menu, everything was copied exactly the same, except for when you looked at the phone number, no, it's gone now. They got it.
Well, no, but
what happened was,
I'm going to see if this is
but they were setting it up as a different bank account, so people would order it, but then the payment would go to them.
Where was the number?
So
Was it a Des Moines phone number? I'm
yeah,
curious.
no, it was a Des Moines number. They just changed, instead of 243-2747, it was 243-2777.
Wow.
They had changed it. So it was a total spam thing. Now, luckily, DoorDash only pays out once a week. So we were able to, I think it was Alex and one of the gals in the front of the house, they were able to actually catch this. And we got to DoorDash and said, hey, this is a trash account. Now, of course, DoorDash, you're dealing with 5 million people. And we said, and they're like, okay, we'll shut down this account for 7 days, just whatever. Because they didn't believe us either.
Right.
And we're like, no, it's not legit. But first, don't shut down our regular account, because, we do, our Smoky D's account, we do about 10 grand a week with DoorDash.
Wow.
And I'm like, don't shut that account down. We don't want to lose 10 grand in revenue a week because of that. So supposedly they got it shut down, and I figured on my email I would get 2 settlements, because I get a settlement every week about what they're going to pay us from the previous week on Tuesday.
Right.
I didn't get any settlement stuff from the second DoorDash about what was going to be settled. But yeah, somebody had set up a fake DoorDash account. Now, I'm not sure if that was an internal DoorDash person or if it came from the outside or something, but something fishy was going along, and they set up a new account that allowed people to do it. It wasn't us. Changed the phone number. Crazy.
And you wonder what gets me is, how did they pick you?
We're special.
No, seriously. I mean, what would have, you wonder, why did they, why would they have picked you? Or you never know how many other restaurants in the area have had the same thing happen to them.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to spam somebody, I'm going to spam a high volume one. I'm not going to spam one that gets 2 DoorDashers a week. I'm going to
So you think it was,
I'm going to spam one that gets 50 of these babies a day.
So you think it was maybe a Des Moines person, because they would know?
I don't know.
Huh.
So this has happened once, sort of. But like for this, and it was a barbecue restaurant actually. But for them, their actual page got taken down and someone created a new one. But that was 2 years ago. So there's not a lot about that specifically, which I think is crazy.
Yeah.
I'll be
Crazy.
damned.
Yeah.
A lot of it is people impersonating DoorDash support to contact restaurants to steal their personal and financial.
I mean, do Bob and Tom still have the No Kidding News?
You're asking me that?
Bob and Tom, the radio station?
I didn't
Maybe
know
you
they were
listen to
still
Bob
in
and Tom.
business.
I don't know that they are. But remember when they used to have the No Kidding News, when people would say, hey, here's the news. No kidding.
They might.
I kind of believe it's no kidding. People go, hey, and in the news, no kidding. It was the no kidding news. No kidding. So anyway, that's all I got. Anything new and exciting for the new year, Randy?
Oh, not really. Just had a few Christmas parties this week, so kept us busy. And the nice part of them is all of them were of sizable amounts. Made it they're bigger events, so that was nice. Yeah. And then getting through Christmas.
Yeah,
that's about it.
I got a few days left, and then I'm
You're
off
southbound.
to the sunny skies of Florida, where I can actually start working.
No. You can spend time with
Sherry.
Dumbass.
Oh, yeah, I'll spend time with her, but I'm going to start working on
the first
system.
7 to 8 hours of his day will be working, and then she has the rest.
The system versus in the system.
I've thought about Sherry. Well, I think about her a lot because I feel sorry for her. But she's so mistreated. Yeah, and there's been an advertisement on Instagram I've seen of dive bar T-shirts, where you sign up for this thing, and every month you get a dive bar T-shirt. And I was thinking of Sherry because she kind of likes those dive bars.
Where is it?
I'll pass it along to you.
That'd make a great Christmas present.
Yeah, she'd like that. And it's some, I think, well, I don't know whether they're legit bars or not, but there's some pretty neat T-shirts, that look like they would be dive bars.
Do you get
What
like
did you
do you get
call
like
it?
a advertisement?
Dive bars.
No, I got that part.
He calls it. Randy's
an
always called it
advertisement?
advertisement as an advertisement. It's always
An
been that way
advertisement.
with Randy. It's never an advertisement. It's always been an
Okay.
advertisement. It's part
As
of that
long as-
Randy legal.
Okay, I'm just making sure I heard that right.
Yep.
So anyway,
I did.
I'm really looking forward to, because it's been a long time since I've really spent time on the computer.
Yeah. Well, since you brought it up, since it's the first of the year,
And that's the reason I brought it up. Really, I was kind of
Yeah.
throwing the pitch out there, and
boom.
I
And
didn't know
take
if you were gonna. Yeah, you've like swinging 3 times, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I know, and including myself, you wonder, first of all, why do people wait till the first of the year to raise their prices? If they're going to modify their pricing, why wait till the first of the year? Shouldn't you be looking at your books throughout the year and notice there's a trend or something and adjust them through the year, or is that just me?
do people just normally raise prices at the beginning of the year?
I've talked to several people that they're planning on raising their prices for the beginning of the year.
But is it like they do that frequently, or it's just due to the economy at this point in time? They feel like that's the best time
think
to do it.
it's a yearly event that people raise their prices at the first of the year. If they're going to raise them, and it's kind of like if you don't raise them at the first year, you can't raise them any other time.
Do you think that they have time at the end of the year?
It might be.
I mean, you would think it would. You think it would make sense to raise them in October when things get busy,
Right.
Yeah.
and ride that wave. I don't know, because I just never raise prices.
Exactly.
And
And
when he
that's the thing.
does, which is very rare, but when he does, I feel like it's in like going into the summer season. Like you do it.
It's
I feel like we were doing it.
It's nominal.
And at
do you
what
mean?
point do you raise your prices? What determines whether you should raise your price or lower your price, or do you shop all your competitors and see where they're at and join them? I don't think so.
Oh, right.
My thought
No,
is,
we know better.
look at your food costs, and if you're making money and you're making the percentage you want to make, don't fuck with it. Would you agree?
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, I've over the years, briskets went up, but then when brisket went up, pork went down, and so I've always dollar cost averaged that stuff.
Right.
So I was just on the phone with my brisket, buyer the other day, and he's like, my next truckload of brisket's going to go up 50 cents a pound. And he's like, Darren, you're going to have to raise your prices, because this isn't going away. And I'm like, well, maybe. Let me see what the other proteins are doing. He's like, you're just too cheap. And I'm like, well, let's see what my other prices are doing.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to see, it's like the breakfast restaurant. If I have one more person tell me that I'm too cheap, right? Everybody tells me these prices are too cheap. Well, okay, well then I'm going to have a tip line, but then I'm also going to have a price is too cheap line. If you think that I'm going to pay that I'm too cheap, then you go ahead and just put what you think you should have paid on a line along with a tip, and then we'll see how much extra you're going to put on there if you think I'm too cheap. Just voluntary, what will we call that? A voluntary price adjustment. Just you can put whatever you want on there if you think I'm too cheap. But the reason I'm cheap is because I'm making it from scratch, and I can be cheaper.
And you've costed all your stuff out instead of going, oh, I think this is what this cost me to make.
Exactly. I mean, I'm gut checking. The other day I thought, boy, these boys are a little heavy on the old cheddar cheese.
Uh-huh.
On the omelets and whatever. So I went back and I said, hey, throw that in here. And so I had him throw it in a little boat, and I went right to the scale, and I had him do that 3 times for me. I just randomly, I'm like, they grabbed the cheese out and they were getting ready to put it in the omelet.
Sure.
I said, hey, boop, throw that to the boat. 3 different guys. Threw it on the boat, and by God, we were right there. 1.4, 1.5 ounces of cheese. We were right there. It looked like a lot, but when we're shredding it ourselves, it's a lot fluffier cheese.
Sure.
So it looks like it's a lot more than it really is from an ounce standpoint. It's not packed all down.
Exactly, and compressed in a bag and everything.
Yeah. So, it's just gut checking prices. It's gut checking everything. And that's what I, going back and just making sure. And that's what I found out just by working that line for a month. I was able to see, how much hollandaise sauce are we putting on here? How much gravy are we putting on there? And so we've been really good there about when we're measuring stuff out, using the right ladle. So we're using, if a full biscuits and gravy is getting 12 ounces, that we'll make sure we got a 4-ounce ladle in the gravy. And we know we're getting 3 scoops for this one and 2 scoops for this one. And hollandaise, we're getting this much. That we're not, it's all about having the right ladle in the sauces. And it's about having the right, we're not grabbing stuff with our hand, and we're using a tablespoon or whatever to portion it.
Portion cup of some sort.
Yep. Okay. So I don't know. I hate raising prices. It's just
I do too.
Biggest pain in the ass.
And here's the thing that gets me is I hate about raising prices. And it's not a big a deal for me as it is for you, by no means. But okay, I've got a lot of stuff booked in 25. So then do I go back to those people and say, hey, sorry, but we're going to go up a little bit? Or do you say, this is what we're going to stay with the price you quoted them?
See, we never book anything out with a price. We'll put it on the books. We'll put you on the calendar. We never book it out with a set price because you never know. What if brisket went up $8 a pound?
Well, and I do tell them if for long range stuff that there could be a change in pricing depending on what the commodities market or the protein markets do.
So consider long range. What's long range?
6 months.
Okay.
So, I mean,
So if it's in your system already, then you live by it, right?
Well, that's what I think. But I've seen other people go, and we've picked up some business where people have booked weddings, and they said, well, they came back to us and said there's going to be a $3 a person increase, or a $2 a person increase, and we're looking at somebody else, and we'll eat our deposit because it'll still be money ahead if we find somebody that can do it more economical.
Right.
So.
It's a tough one. I'm not sure why the year end. I mean, the only reason I would do it at year ends because that's when I would have time to look at it. But
Right. And I think it's something a person needs to keep up on their books. Don't let their books, I guess a good scenario is don't let your books get away from you. It's very obvious with you, Darren. I mean, you're looking at your books every day. You're looking at your sales. You're looking, what goes in, what goes out.
He pays somebody for that.
I think he's smoking something.
Huh. Maybe too much coffee this morning.
Yeah, way too much coffee.
But I mean, but you're going down there and you're going to work on your books, kind of go through and see where things are at when you go to Florida.
Yeah, I mean, it's just things that, for instance, black pepper, right? So I've been making, of course, I make my own sausage seasoning. So I go through a lot of black pepper. And so I'm just looking for, and I wanted a 14 mesh black pepper. And so I've been buying black pepper at Sam's Club because that's kind of what the black pepper I wanted. But last time I went, they didn't have any. And so I went to food service to buy it. I'm like, well, why am I just not buying the 5 pound jug? So I pull it up and I go, and we're buying the McCormick black pepper. And black pepper is expensive now.
Is it really?
Oh my God. But it was $75 or something for a 5 pound jug of black pepper.
Right.
So I'm looking through, and pretty much then I go down, and here's another brand, 5 pound 14 mesh black pepper for $52. And I'm like, I'm ordering that in for the sausage. And I get it in, and virtually the same black pepper. But it was private label. It was private labeled for PFG. Virtually the same black pepper.
Sure.
For 20 some pounds cheap, $20 cheaper for 5 pounds of pepper. And you're like,
right.
Okay, it's not that big a deal. We probably only go through one of them every 2 weeks, but still that's
$20.
It's $20 every 2 weeks. So that's $20 times 26 is, that's $400. And then you do this, and it's just those little things but we've always bought that same black pepper because it's on the order guide, and you just buy it. You never find time to look at the individual stuff. So, and it's not like you want to be switching brands all the time, but you want to do it, So it takes once in a while, it takes time for me to go back and look and say, what are some other options? What are we doing that's stupid that we could be doing with a like product? You don't want to do I still want a superior product, but if I can find a very like product and pay the same, we used to do an Allen's beans, right? And then we couldn't get Allen's beans anymore. And so we ended up switching over to a West Creek beans. Guess how many people have complained about our bean? 0. Right? But
and how much
things tend to, lots of money. So there's certain things like our pasta salad. Red peppers are very expensive. Every time I eat our pasta salad, I'm like, God, this has a lot of red peppers in it. Too much red peppers. Well, the red pepper is the most expensive thing in this pasta salad.
Right.
Well, we really need to tweak that recipe back and say, let's put less red peppers in this recipe. Nobody's going to know a difference.
No.
But it's going to cut the cost of that recipe down by 15%, I guarantee. But it's those type of things that are just super little tweaks.
That when you do enough of them, they add up.
Well, considering we make a batch of pasta salad every single day.
Right.
A batch is probably 8 gallons. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when red pepper is one of the most expensive vegetables you got.
Yeah, so you got to look at the small stuff, because the small stuff eventually makes the big stuff.
Yeah,
right.
But proteins drive our business. In the barbecue business, proteins drive our business.
Sure.
Just like in the breakfast restaurant, everything's about eggs and bacon and sausage and hash browns. Right?
Yeah.
The rest is just details. Focus on the big ones. And that's why in our inventory management system, we get, I get an exception report every day that when I have certain menu items, we have brisket and burnt ends and stuff I think it's even set at 40% on those items. If it ever goes above 40%, then I get a flag on an email in the morning saying, hey, price just went over 40% on this menu item.
Uh-huh.
Certain items or once it goes over. So if something exceeds, but I know it's going to be there because I already negotiated the price up for it. So I know what that price is going to be.
And then you also make it up some on your lesser priced, where you have more margin on some of your lesser priced proteins.
Yeah, it's just right now. It's just chicken's the damn roller coaster.
I've noticed that too. No more than I deal with.
Chicken tenders are just a roller coaster. They're $70 to $100, and we sell a lot of chicken tenders, just up and down and up and down and up and down.
And nobody really has a good reason and like I said, I just mainly deal with boneless, skinless thighs, and how they fluctuate each time. One time you think, okay, we're making some pretty good scratch on these. Kind of funny you say scratching with chickens. And, next time you get some, then they're up $20 a case. And it's like, what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing I do of not as far as pricing. Every time anybody, because we get multiple people in multiple different segments placing orders with our supplier. Right. So I probably got 4 people inputting invoices in. I'm copied on all those. So anytime anybody places an order, I get an email with that order. Right?
Okay.
And every time I get an email, I read every one of those. I scan, we get 250 cases a day on a Friday. I'll read through every single one of them line items and I'll look at those prices and I can see what's going on with the price. I'm looking at the price of pork and I'm looking at the price of tenders and whatever, and just understand what those trends are doing. It's just a great way to stay on top of that.
Sure. The other thing I like to do is at the end of the year, get a year-end report of what you've used.
That one always scares me.
Now, why is that? Of how much you've seen.
I actually like that one, but.
And then I have our rep. Okay, when we start the year at price, mid-range price, and into the year price. What's the trend been on this product? Right. And sometimes it's an eye opener, And then you also gives you a number and say, I didn't realize I went through that many cases of that. Then to go back to your supplier and say, hey, we're doing this kind of volume. Can you go back to the manufacturer and see if there's some type of rebate or if we can work a little better price on it, And surprisingly, sometimes that works, get you maybe $1 or $2 off.
Yeah, well, and everything, it's the 80-20 rule, right? So don't worry about what the price of a salt shaker is and when you don't go through shit.
Lord, no.
But look at your top 20 products.
Yep.
That makes up 80% of your sales. So who cares? Who cares about the other stuff, right?
I agree.
Figure out your top 20 costs, right? What costs the most, your top 20 spends, and just focus on them top 20.
Yep.
The rest, who cares?
Who cares? And that's pretty well what I do is look at the top 20 and the big movers, and sometimes it's an eye opener.
Yep.
So.
Wow. We're already at an hour, Emma.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing every week that we come into the week not knowing a shitting thing about what we're going to talk about. And somehow we find our way to bullshit away.
Mm-hmm. Every time.
And now I'm going to get an update on the jam. Uh-oh. Damn it.
What's wrong?
Sales are only up 139%.
Jesus Christ, get the for sale sign.
We're only got 200 guests so far. People are going to roll.
200 guests. So how many times have you flipped the tables? 3.
Doesn't it really?
Well, 200 divided, we're at 201 guests divided by 68. So we've only turned the tables under 3. How are we supposed to make money doing that?
It's only 10 a.m.
Oh, wait. We still got 4 times more to go. We're good.
Yeah.
We're not quite turning them every hour, but we're damn close.
Really? And that's
from
when a person sets, and you're calculating that from when a person sets down until they pay their tab, or what is that?
Yeah. Right now we're very consistent. We're running right now for the system. We're running right at 34 minutes from the time they sit down. Well, from the time that we take their order.
Okay.
So
time they take your
it's
order.
a little bit more. Time to take their order till the time we cash them out is 34 minutes.
Wow.
So I'd probably say, it's
so
like
it's probably
45.
45 minutes or so.
Sure.
Yeah,
Some
I think
know
I was
what they
there for
want
about
right away. Some having a cup of coffee or whatever. But for the most part, we were short a server on Friday, Thursday we were short a server. Holy shit! I had to expo for about an hour and a half just to keep food moving. The kitchen was running out food so much we had no place to put it. I'm like, so I stepped in. I didn't even know that. I walked in. I'm like, what the hell? We're at 22-minute ticket times. And like, we can't get the food out. We're moving food, but we have no place to put it. So I expoed it and got everybody just running food. And I had
Right.
one of the person in the kitchen, they were running food, getting food out because the kitchen was pumping the food out. And it was crazy. And I was mad because they only sold one piece of pie. I'm like, what? We only sold one piece of pie. I'm like, we didn't have time to sell pie. I'm like, that's why we need 3 servers. Yeah,
Yeah.
we know. Of course, the servers made bank,
Sure
there's
they
only 2 servers. They made bank. And I'm like, but yeah, no, wrong answer.
Wrong answer.
So, been a good week, though.
Whew.
All right.
Well,
Anything
okay.
else?
Well, Emma's getting nervous.
It's time, Randy. Let's hear it.
The
What's your
acronym,
acronym?
for this week is
Acronym of the week is
HGBM. You talk to somebody.
H
G
G D
B as in boy.
H
H G
G B
B
M.
M.
Used in, let me tell you what it means first.
Okay.
Had a good bowel movement.
That one's not bad.
So you talk to
Actually.
somebody and say, how's your day going? HGBM. So that's something to keep in mind, especially as you get older.
Gonna text. I'm gonna text that to Lane.
Just say, hey, baby,
He'll think that.
how you
I'm not gonna say
HGBM
that.
today?
Yeah,
Just say, hey, sugar pie, HGBM, I'm fine.
he'll think that's funny. Ooh, that's a good
not
one.
better than where's the lube.
Yeah, no.
You
psyched it up for no reason.
Okay.
sorry. No
I got
Christmas presents
I got
here.
7 days now to work on it, so I'll see what else we can come up with.
Yeah. HGBM.
You got to work
Had a
on
good
that. You got to
bowel
work on the beer sponsorship, and you got to work on that.
After Tuesday. And nobody will be open on Wednesday, but I can work on the acronyms on Wednesday, Christmas Day.
Right.
Yeah. Perfect.
And the beer sponsorship from Greasy Dick Brothers.
Greasy Dick Brothers. Well, do you guys have anything else?
Not a thing. Not a thing.
I'm
Not
not
a
gonna lie.
thing.
I just got so nervous for that acronym. Like I felt it in my stomach
Oh my God.
for nothing. So now it's like you when your adrenaline gets really high and you're coming off of it, like that first wind of just like you feel like your whole body just released. Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like I just got
that's
stressed
another
for no
good
reason.
example. That's a good example of an HGBM.
Well, I haven't.
You have a good HGBM, it's kind of like, whew, now I can relax.
Oh God. Anyway, if we don't have anything else,
I think that's it for me.
That's
Everybody
for me.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
and happy holidays.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh God, why do you guys have to say Happy Holidays?
because some of us like to be inclusive of all.
No, I just find it easier to say.
I
could give a
am
fuck
inclusive.
less.
As long as you don't say Merry Xmas, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. You ain't going to
Merry
get that from
Christmas. Merry Chrysler.
me. All right.
And a
Boom.
happy
Out of here.
New
Out of here.
Year.
Done.
If you guys haven't already, follow us on social media at Cue the Mic Pod, or find us on YouTube at Cue the Mic Podcast.
You were almost singing that.
Yeah, she's almost yodeling that.
We're at 195 subscribers on YouTube. We've been sitting there for a minute, so I really would like everyone to go subscribe to our channel.
Right.
Did
Did
you
you
know you can go on-
100? If we're not 100, we're not doing this next year.
200 and what were you gonna say, Randy?
Did you know you can watch people yodel on YouTube? There's yodelers.
Randy,
Yes.
Randy, do you know that you can go to Reddit and watch anything?
I'll be
So watch a good
goddamn.
amount of stuff on YouTube too.
Yeah.
I was impressed that
Okay.
people even yodel anymore.
He has to be on drugs.
All
Okay.
I had an uncle that was really good at yodeling.
Dude, this is Squirrel 101 right here. Like, if
there
you
it
had
goes.
ADHD, it's ADHD and hard.
I'm just trying to get pumped up so I can go pull my pork.
That's what you said.
Boom. Down.
Where's the,
Anyway.
where's the loop?
Adios.
Boom.
Okay,
We're
we'll
out of
see
here.
you guys next week.
See you. Bye.